Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Gavin and this is the first run in the new NNormal Tomir. Let's go! Hope you enjoyed that little montage. Anyway, as I already mentioned, we're here today to have a look at the Tomir. The Tomir is one of the two shoes being sold by NNormal, the new shoe company set up by trail running goat Kilian Jornet. According to NNormal, the Tomir is their everyday trail shoe built to last. It should give runners performance and durability, meaning that they won't have to replace them so frequently. Now, this is in line with the company's philosophy of sustainability and reducing their CO2 footprint. The shoes don't come cheap though. Here in Switzerland, they're 190 francs, in the EU, 150 euros, the UK, £140, and in the US, $165. The other shoe currently being offered is the Sherag, and that's marketed as their maximum performance shoe, and it's the one that Kilian used when he won the UTMB in Chamonix in September. In my size, a 43 1/3, the Tomir tips the scales at 281 grams, which compares to around 309 grams for something like the Hoka Speed Goat 3. That's the shoe I've currently been using for my long trail runs. Now, the thing is, I couldn't find a size guide on their website when I was ordering mine, and with most shoes, I'm pretty safe if I order a size 44, which is what I did with NNormal. However, when I got them, I felt they were a little bit too big for me. Quick little aside, NNormal for the most part is an online company. They do list a few stockists on their website, but I think for the vast majority of people, it's going to be online that they get hold of the shoes. Here's the thing, initial shipping is free, but if you need to exchange for a smaller or a bigger size, you'll have to foot the bill, which is not something I realized when I ordered. Now, I get why NNormal are doing this. We've got into a bit of the habit of buying maybe 2 or 3 sizes of something, or 2 or 3 different models, picking the ones that we want and sending the rest back. That doesn't help with CO2 emissions though. I think if NNormal are going to take this approach, which I have nothing against, they should at least provide a size guide on the website so people know exactly which one they need to get. However, if there's a defect, NNormal will pay for the return shipping costs. And luckily, that's actually what happened to me. On the first pair I got, the size 44, there was quite a bit of loose stitching inside the toe box. I'll put a picture up here so you can see what I mean. I got onto the customer services, filed a warranty claim. That was dealt with pretty quickly, sent the shoes back, and then I got a new pair, and that's now the ones that I'm testing. And quickly, before I continue, if you're finding this video useful or helpful, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot. The upper on the Tomir is a monofilament polyester and TPE. It's pretty nice to the touch, but it doesn't feel as if there's much stretch in it, so again, with a point towards the sizing, make sure you get it right because they're not going to loosen up over time. Also, the material I would say is not very stain resistant. I've only done a couple of runs in them, few mud spots on there, tried giving them a bit of a clean, but I think those are in there for good now. So this version isn't waterproof. There are waterproof versions available, as well as a hiking boot with more ankle support. They come in 2 colours, this one grey and another one white. And then the hiking boots come in black and a purple. Tomir has a gusseted tongue, which stops it moving around during your run. It's made from a suede or a nubuck type material. There's a little bit of padding, and I think my favourite touch on it is this nice cutout here, which sits around your ankle and stops any rubbing. The Tomir ships with two sets of laces. In my case, these purple ones and another black set. They're flat, which means when you tighten them down, the pressure is actually spread over a little bit of a larger surface area, and it stops them biting into the bridge of your foot. I really like this touch. The insole offers some cushioning. There's not a lot of arch support, which isn't a problem for someone like me with flatter feet. And if you do use orthotics, I think there should be enough room inside here. So the upper is stitched directly onto the midsole. This apparently makes for a less complicated manufacturing process, and it reduces the need for excess material. It's finished off with this protective strip that is heat welded on. This provides a little bit of protection for your foot and also for the shoe against rock nicks or any bangs. It's a little bit wider here around the toe. The midsole is a lightweight EVA material for plenty of cushioning and rebound. I'll come on to how the feel is a little bit later on. There's an 8mm drop on the shoe with a stack of 31 23mm at the front. And in comparison, my Speedgoat that I mentioned earlier, that's got a 4mm drop on it. Rounding out the shoe is the outsole, made of Vibrum's Mega Grip compound and their light-based technology. This enabled Normal to reduce the weight by up to 50% without actually impacting any of the stability of these 5mm lugs that are on the bottom. So now onto the run experience, which I guess is what a lot of you have come here for. How does it feel? Look, bear in mind this is an early stage review. I've only done a couple of runs in this. Not particularly technical trails, but I did mix up the terrain that I was on. There were some larger stones, hard packed gravel, some mud, roots, even some asphalt. I've already indicated I think the shoes run a little bit big, but in this one now, the 43 1/3, my foot was ticely locked in. The asymmetric lacing meant that my foot wasn't moving around, but there was plenty of room in the toe box for my toes to move. There was no real slippage. The cup here on the heel held my foot nicely in place. I wasn't getting any foot lift. Overall, a really nice experience. Actually felt a little bit firm to me on the first run. Not so firm that it was unstable, but I was actually expecting something a little bit softer. When I took it out the second time, it was actually feeling a little bit better, and I think the shoes are going to really grow on me. The outsole, I think, is what has most impressed me so far. That Vibram Mega Grip compound has not missed a beat. I've been on mud, roots, wet stones, and I haven't felt any slipping whatsoever. That said though, on the roads, when I've had a little bit of asphalt to run on, it hasn't held me back. Now, I've had some experience with some trail shoes where as soon as you hit a little bit of tarmac, it can feel like you're running in treacle. Here though, I didn't feel that there was any of that stickiness which you sometimes get. So that's it, my first quick look at the Normal Tomir. And what do I think? Well, overall, I think Normal have done a really good job with this, particularly given how young the company is. Okay, they do have Kilian Jornet, probably the best trail runner of all time at the helm, so you would hope that they would get these things right. Putting aside the issue with the stitching in the first pair that I got, I think overall build quality on these is really good. I'm very happy with how the shoes are put together, and hopefully over time they'll live up to the claims of being a really durable shoe, and I'll be able to get a lot of mileage out of them. So, as I already mentioned, the ride was probably a little bit firmer than I initially anticipated. Not uncomfortable or unstable, and I expect it'll soften up over time. But I think this shoe's real plus point is this Vibram Mega Grip outsole. This really works well, and something that I'm really happy about. Okay, so I did already say that I think the shoes are maybe a little bit on the expensive side. But if they do hit the mileage that they're claiming, I think then when you put that in terms of mile per dollar or whatever your currency is, they're probably a better value than some others you're looking at. So there you have it. That's my review of the NNormal Tomir. If I've missed anything or you've got any questions, please drop them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you with some answers. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again soon.